I discovered the Benchmade Griptilians at a American Society of Law Enforcement Trainers conference in the vendors section, and as soon as I picked it up, I fell in love. I purchased one soon after, and I've been carrying two every single day pretty much since then. So we're talking about 15 years now. Why do I like it? Well, one of the first things I like about it is that it opens very easily. So with just a flick of the wrist, it opens, and if you want to assist, this has what's called an axis lock. So the locking mechanism is here. It can be thumb operated, it can be index finger operated, or you can get both of them on there. That releases the tension on the blade. It almost starts opening on its own. But it opens so easily you don't even have to hit those. Just a quick wrist rotation opens them. So it opens easy. What I like even more is that it closes easily. So by unlocking it, I can flip it closed again. Now, the other locking system that is incredibly popular for the last 20 years is the liner lock, as in this CRKT Mai Tai. And the problem with the liner lock, the one that I really don't like and why I won't carry them, is that I have to put my finger in the way or in the path of the closing blade, and I have to use two hands to close it. Now, can I close it with one hand? Yes, and it takes some dexterity, and I have to get my thumb out of the way of the closing blade, so there's some coordination involved there. And yeah, I've carried one of these. I used to carry an Emerson CQC 7 for years, and I grew accustomed to it. But that was until the Benchmade Griptilian came along with its wonderful axis lock. Now I can close it with my fingers totally free of the path of the closing blade. I think that's amazing. I don't know why liner locks are still being used. This is such a superior system. The grip is just amazing. It's called the Griptilian, so obviously they were very oriented on the grip. It feels great in the hand. They've got jimping along the back here, starting on the handle and extending up to the blade, and it's just enough. It's not too aggressive that, if you start using the knife, you'll abrade your skin, but it gives you a good firm grip. There's also some complementary jimping here where the index finger is, and then down where the pinky is, and then along the back here. Now, this knife is comfortable in your normal position. So if I'm carving on something, whatever, cutting something, the typical saber grip, it's very comfortable. But it's also exceedingly comfortable in a reverse grip. So there's some jimping back here for where the thumb goes, and it just fits the hand very nicely there. Reverse grip blade towards you certainly works, as does blade up and blade back towards you. So very flexible blade. It allows you to hold it a number of ways very comfortably. It gives you great utility. I'm seeing a lot of knives these days that are becoming very specialized and only really work in one manner. And I'm not that guy. I like my equipment to be able to do as many things well as possible. Another thing I like about this is that the tip of the blade is, the point of the blade is in line with the rest of the knife, in line with the handle. That allows it to thrust very naturally and won't get deflected. If you have the point high or point low, when you try to stab, the vector of the stabbing motion is not in line with the point and gets deflected, and so you're losing some of the power of the thrust. This does come in a couple of different blade configurations. This is the 550H. It has a nice curve to it, some nice belly, and so it slices very nicely. It really does a wide variety of tasks well. You can get this in plain, as it is a plain edge like we have here, or you can get it semi-serrated also. All right, you may notice that the clip is visible on this one and not on this one. The Griptilian is set up so that you can put the pocket clip on either side. So you can see there's 3 holes here. The clip is actually on the other side. That allows you to carry it on either side of your body. So this is my left-hand knife. So I've got the clip on the opposite side, and this resides in the left rear pocket of my pants. So if for some reason I can't access my knife with my right hand, I have one on my left side. The other thing that makes the Griptilian the ultimate knife is that they make a training version. So you can see there's a red handle, but it is a dead edge. They've got the full thickness of the blade. It is slightly rounded, so it doesn't have any sharp edges that can cut inadvertently. You can, put a chalk on here or a magic marker so that when you're doing training, you can leave a mark, and that way your sparring partner can't say, "Oh, you didn't get me." Yeah, there's a mark there. I did get you. So that gives you the ability to train with the same exact knife that you carry in a safe manner. Now you might notice at this point that there are zip ties on these. And if you're into knives, you're probably familiar with the Emerson Wave, which is a protrusion on the back of the blade that allows the knife to open automatically as you withdraw it from your pocket. Great system. And when I first got my Griptilian, I thought, well, you know what? If I cut part of this circle out, I will have a wave feature. And it works great when you, I'll cut away in a few minutes and show you how it operates, but basically the cloth of the corner of your pants catches on that and opens the blade automatically. And so I did that on this knife and thought I was very clever until I saw a video on YouTube where people were just putting zip ties through the holes, and it does the same thing. So subsequently, I just put zip ties on them, and that opens the knives basically automatically as you withdraw them from the pocket. Now, as wonderful as these knives are, and like I said, I've been carrying 2 of them for 15 years, they're not do-everything knives. You might notice that this one has a substantial chip out of the blade, and that is my fault, not the knive's fault. I was using it to baton a log, so I had it on top of a thick piece of wood and was driving it through the wood, the log, with another log, and I would have been fine, except stupidly I put some twisting motion on it to try to get the wood to split, and that's when I cracked that. My fault, not the knives, but there's a limit to what these things will do for you. If you abuse your knives, expect to break them. So that's not on Benchmade, that's on me. So I really don't have anything to complain about. These knives are just amazing. They open quickly, they close quickly, one-handed, safely, without your thumb or other parts of your body being in the path of the closing blade. And they come razor sharp, scary sharp from the factory, and they have a lifetime sharpness guarantee. So if at any point in time you want, you can send it to Benchmade and they will sharpen it and send it back to you. I believe they want the cost of shipping, but it will come back just as sharp as it did the first time, and literally it's frightening how sharp they are. They're easy to keep sharp. I use an easy lap system, so they sharpen up easy, they hold an edge pretty well. looked at many, many knives over the years. I've been fascinated with knives since I was a child. I could carry whatever I want, and for the last 15 years, this has been the choice. Plenty of good knives out there, but this is the ultimate folding knife. All right, so I have been extolling the virtues of putting that little zip tie through the opening of the knife to sort of serve as the Emerson wave function. And the way it works is I put my thumb in between the knife and my body, and then the middle finger comes around, and then as I'm withdrawing the knife, that zip tie catches on the fabric and automatically opens the knife. So about half speed, it looks like this. Full speed, you can't even really see it opening. Can you do that with your liner lock? Yeah, you can use this on any knife that has either a thumb hole or if it had a stud, such as this knife. I just pulled the stud out and replaced it with the zip ties. I can use the zip ties as a thumb stud if I want, or it functions as the weight also. And as I stated before, I carry two of them, one on the left side, one on the right side. I may be a weapon retention thing where I'm fighting for my gun, and I can come over here, get the left-handed knife, and fight the attacker off with it. So, Griptilian is the ultimate folding knife. I highly recommend them. I'm Peter Burlingame of the Self-Defense Initiative. Be safe out there.